So let's go ahead and start wrapping up this video. We are on part 12, and we're kind of reaching the end of what we would consider the absolute basics and essentials for getting started with web application testing and web hacking in general. So let's kind of recap what we've gone over, and also, most importantly, kind of get you going into where you think you want to go next with your learning by offering some different resources and explanations around why I would recommend those as opposed to some others. So let's kind of take a step back a little bit and consider what we've learned so far. So first and foremost, we learned how web browsers work. We learned a little bit about and learned how HTTP protocols work as well, so how data gets transmitted over the internet at a very high level, but just enough to get going. In addition to that, we've gone through and learned some basic JavaScript and HTML, so essentially the building blocks of a website, and how websites function these days and what's behind them. And then last but not least, we learned what vulnerabilities are. And in addition to that, we talked about some of the top 10 OWASP vulnerabilities and actually executed them through Juice Shop, which is an intentionally vulnerable application. So the biggest question you may be having, and the biggest question that I had after going through some initial training, was where do you go next? First, I'd recommend checking out Portswigger. Portswigger is the company that makes a very popular web app testing tool called Burp Suite. It is essentially a proxy that takes all web traffic, sends it to Burp Suite, and you can actually manipulate web traffic and you can view raw HTTP traffic, and it's incredibly useful for pen testers during their web app evaluations. The academy that they have is free. I'll leave a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them, but I have gone through their training materials, and it is super thorough and very creative in the ways they teach you how to abuse web applications in way more depth than we're going to cover in this particular course. In addition to that, we have Try Hack Me and Hack the Box. Both of them offer free tier penetration testing labs and challenges. Try Hack Me, in my opinion, is a little bit more user friendly. They have a lot more steps to get you going in terms of teaching you how to set up a lab, how to enumerate a lab, and also making you fill in information as you go along a challenge in order to make sure that you're actually executing the steps and you're not just glossing over things. Hack the Box, in my opinion, is a little bit more fleshed out, it's a little bit more mature, but I believe at this point they offer their own different kinds of academies. And they both start to cover a little bit more than just web challenges. So they do web challenges, pen testing labs, crypto challenges, reverse engineering, and OSINT, or open source intelligence gathering. But I will mention that some of the options on there are paid. Again, I'm not affiliated with them, but some of the options they do have are paid. Try Hack Me and Hack the Box, I believe they are monthly subscriptions, where you buy them in every 3 months, and they'll get you things like dedicated instances so nobody else is breaking a box you're working on, and even setting up virtual machines in the cloud so you don't have to dedicate your own hardware to do so. And a very maybe controversial hot take, I would say, is that write-ups, in my opinion, are okay. The point of you going to these kinds of websites is not only to challenge your skill sets, but also to learn. So if you get to a point where you're absolutely stuck, you've gone to the community and forums to kind of get some nudges on where you're going. If write-ups are available for retired machines, then that would be perfectly fine, in my opinion, to kind of take a look and see what you might have been missing, because ultimately it's going to help you grow and learn as a penetration tester and a hacker. We're going to run through some other training sites as well. Vulnhub has been around for a long time, and offers a whole bunch of different virtual machines that you can deploy locally on your own computer. These are instances that people have created with vulnerable applications on them to kind of teach you pen testing. I believe now it is owned by OffSec, but the community is still going strong. Most of the machines, if not all of them, I believe are free. You just have to spin them up yourself and host them yourself. I mentioned this kind of in the last section, offensive security. Offensive security are the organization types that issue the OSCP and the OSWP and the advanced web application exams as well. They are highly accredited and they're kind of an industry standard. But if you do go through their training materials or their labs, it does cost a little bit more than, I would say, Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. So just be aware of that. SANS, never personally done them, but they're incredibly expensive, but I've heard the courses are absolutely incredible. This would be something if you are already in the field and you're looking to really ramp up your skill set, SANS would be a good option to go through as well. I will also recommend YouTube. John Hammond and IPSec both do CTF style challenges, but they also cover different topics. IPSec is a little bit more security focused in terms of breaking applications and going into detail of hack the box machines. And John Hammond, I believe, has a bit more of a comprehensive security view at this point in time. He does things like reverse engineering, he does cryptology challenges, so he covers a wide breadth of information. And then Reddit. There are a few subreddits I would recommend. Even if you don't engage in them personally, it's great to have these in your feed and just kind of absorb the information. So such as ROSCP, RNetSec students, and RNetSec. Just kind of cover a little bit of everything when it comes to security. And last but not least, here. If you're already here, I would really love if you stayed here as somebody who subscribes to the content. A lot of what I learned was driven by the community, from other people either helping me out online, in Discord and Reddit, or even just free tips I've learned from YouTube. So this is my goal, to kind of make this information free and available to help others while they're studying this kind of material. So not just this particular course, but I'm going to be putting out different kind of video walkthroughs, tool reviews, and different kinds of explanations and the way that I learn things that may be helpful to others. So with that being said, that's the end of this particular course. I hope you've learned enough to kind of get you started, and stay tuned for more content, as I'm going to be pumping out additional videos and resources to help others grow their knowledge as well.